doing some thinking and in my mind, my thoughts, and I'm not gonna say people are participating. It's beyond even that. But this psyche medium, and I could win with that years ago. Traditionally, people could see news reports over internet or anything 1 year in advance. Usually something horrible, and they wanted to experience something horrible happening in the world. But as far as psyche mediums and psychic powers, if you call it that, or psychic abilities to foresee the future. It's about people, places, and things, especially places. Now, one example is someone told me I'd stay 5 times in the psych ward, and that was Trinitas and Elizabeth. I did stay 5 times, not kind of the one transfer the first time, which I was said six, but that person said it counted as one because it was. And then I figured out that person works at Trinitas. It wasn't a person that stayed as a patient. And I started thinking who it was, and a vision came up to me. It was a nurse, I believe. I'm not entirely sure because I don't really trust these abilities actually. But that individual knew I'll be there 5 times. The last 3 times, first of all, I didn't go upstairs. I was let go, so that I wasn't there. And the last time, last week, I thought I was going upstairs, and they took me to Tom's River because they were overcrowded. So I'm pretty sure, and I'm not gambling, I will probably never spend time in Trinidad psychiatric unit, you know? And that individual knew that in 2022. So he must be working around there. He must be, he works there, and he envisioned me how many times I'll be in that place. Now, in a bigger realm, it happened to me 20 years ago. Someone knew where I would work in a certain area, actually. And then that person wanted me to drive by certain streets so they could see me years in advance, I believe, or feel me or sense me. And that's one of my ex-girlfriends, actually. Not the best girlfriends, nonetheless. I was in a different state when I was with her. Also, it happened multiple times from like 15 20 years ago. She was actually in this house. And multiple times I sensed her in the future. Like, it wasn't a mirage or apparition. It wasn't even an apparition, like a clear apparition. It was like my psyche, like, I wasn't delusional. I was experiencing, like, communicating with it. It was like a shadow of her. Even in my private moments, actually. That individual made sure to watch me from certain different times. I don't know if I thought about her from years ago, and all of a sudden, she could actually tap in or something like in the future, you know. And it goes to other events. How many there's individuals that just really just don't care about the future because they already sensed it. You know, it's like, well, why the fuck were you doing that for? You get pleasure out of it, right? And it goes to the bigger, not even argument discussion. Just say there's a war, or let's just say people are waiting for World War III. And it just one example was, and it was McDonald's, and some fool, got angry at me, not get angry at me. He started mentally barraging me with like a death scene actually, because he got offended because I was communicating with somebody. Well, the reason why you don't plan plans, to reduce, the carbon emissions to cool off the planet. I mean, a fresher air, because we already saw it won't do anything. I mean, so what the fuck you do with yourself? It's like, so you won't do anything because you already saw it. I mean, obviously it's a catch 22. I understand it, but you're just messing with something, and then you fucking, you don't do anything. And also, it's not even that. I don't think it's an excuse. These individuals, they want the whole earth to suffer. And as far as being in a psychiatric unit, I mean, denouncing all the medications. And it's people that just, they don't really care about themselves. You know, whatever's going on in your mind, whether you're bombarded by other people, I think that's an excuse you could fight it. You're subduing, so you're intoxicating yourself in a form that you're really not intoxicated. You're subduing, suppressing your mind. Also, you're damaging your mind, your body, and who knows what kind of offsprings you have. Also, it's a destabilization of not just the nation, maybe the world. How many hospitals actually do the same thing with psychiatry? You don't really need Depakote mood stabilizers. I've seen people. You're not moody. You have the regular person. You have we all get moody. I'm moody right now. Actually, should I take a pill? Actually, and this is not just brave new world. Actually, what you're doing, you're corrupting you and other beings around you, children or not children. You're making people weak. Actually, really are. And I think it's a whole bigger conspiracy to make individuals, human beings, weak. Not just say it's a war. We have to actually think critically. Well, people just really just don't even try, huh? You know, you're making this not just this country weak. You know, this is very a disturbing fact actually, and it's done by institutions, and a lot of people just partake in that. They actually they how should I say this? They don't even put up a fight. They don't put up a fight. On a bigger scheme, man, how stronger the nation. We talk about efficiency in the workforce, talk about productivity. A lot of individuals I met, they really just they can't even get their act together. Really, what it is. And if they do work, I mean, I don't know, talk about superficiality. They brag about their money because they're good. I mean, that's really gonna fucking save you, right? When you can't even walk or run actually, or do a lot of thinking with your mind. Or who knows what kind of disease disorders you will get from that? Because just once that risperidone, you're prone to actually develop a stage two, type two diabetes. Something I experienced, and that's just one side effect. And I just, I took it for like 4 or 5 years injections actually. And there's people that mix. I mean, they have different